Hello, sleep easy people. It's day 2. How did you get on yesterday? Anyway, today I'm not on my bed like I was yesterday. I'm actually on the floor. It's a bit colder, so I've got my hot water bottle. I've got a nice warm fleece, so hopefully it's going to be okay. So today, I think you're going to enjoy what's ahead of you with St. Matt's kids. I think they've got a really interesting interview. Be great fun. Remember, take a picture, send it in, and we look forward to seeing them and have a great session. See you again tomorrow. Bye.
Welcome Matt's Kids. Are you ready for a fun-filled Matt's Kids online session? We have so much to do today. We're going to have a what happened next, some worship, another interview, and so much more. So are you ready to find out what our team have been up to this week? You're going to see the first half of the clip and then have the opportunity to have a little think about what you think might happen next. Why don't you get comfy while we watch the first part of the clip?
So I've got a deck of cards here. All the cards are different. Now, Jess, I'm going to get you to pick a card. You could just run your nail down the deck and stop it anywhere you like. There, you happy with that?
Yeah, very happy.
Okay, and if you could just memorise that card. In fact, if you could take that card and maybe show the camera as well. Okay. I'm going to ask you to put the card back up there. Now I'm going to shuffle the deck. Maybe do some fancy shuffles as well. Now what I should have done is got your card to the top of the deck. So what was your card?
5 of hearts.
Because the 5... Ooh, 6 of hearts. That's pretty close, right?
Yeah, but not close enough.
Okay, if you just hold out your hand and take the 6, put that there, put your other hand on top.
Okay, so now that you've seen that part of the clip, you have 15 seconds to chat with your mum, your dad, your brother or sister, or if you're by yourself, just have a little think about what you think happens next.
What was your card?
5 of hearts.
Because the 5... Ooh, 6 of hearts. That's pretty close, right?
Yeah, but not close enough.
Okay, if you just hold out your hand and take the 6, put that there, put your other hand on top, and take the next card and wave it, and they actually switch places. Now I've got the 6 of hearts here. And if you just check what card you're holding. Now I'm just going to, if I may, personalise this card a little bit. Take this lighter. And Matt's Kids should appear on the face of the card there.
Did you guess what happened next? It's so much fun finding out what our team's hidden talents are, isn't it? We're going to have another look at a few of them over the next few weeks. Before we carry on, we are going to pray and then we are going to worship together. Why don't you jump to your feet? Lord Jesus, thank you so much that we can meet together online. Thank you for every boy and girl, mum and dad watching this today. Help us to really encounter you and remember that you love us. Thank you so much for the fun and the joy you bring into our lives. Amen. Right, let's worship God together.
My God's the king of the giants. My God's the king of the lions. My God's the king of the creatures of the deep. My God's the king of me. Have you heard the story about my friend King Day? Wouldn't let the giant stand in his way. Said, hand me my sling, cause he's not that tall. My God is bigger and I'll watch him fall. My God's the king of the giants. My God's the king of the lions. My God's the king of the creatures of the deep. And my God's the king of me. Have you heard the one about this guy called Dad? Yes, he was a mighty holy praying man. They said throw him to the den of the scary beasts, but God saved the hero from the lion's teeth. My God's the king of the giants. My God's the king of the lions. My God's the king of the creatures of the deep. And my God's the king of me. This is more than history. You will do the same for me. Like Jonah and the whale at sea. When I'm lost and afraid, all alone in the dark, you're with me. And oh, you're with me. My God's the king of the giants. My God's the king of the lions. My God's the king of the creatures of the deep. And my God's the king of me. My God's the king of the giants. My God's the king of the lions. My God's the king of the creatures of the deep. My God's the king of me. My God's the king of me.
I love worshipping God like that. I love doing the actions, dancing around, praising him just like David from the Bible. We have got another interview lined up for us today, boys and girls. We have the lovely Tiffany. She's been coming to St. Matt's for a little while, and I'm really excited for you to hear about Tiffany and how she is a friend of Jesus and does what she does. So why don't you get comfy and have a listen to what Tiffany has to say.
Who are you and why are we talking to you today?
Hi Jess, so my name's Tiffany and I've been coming to St. Matt's for a little bit. I came along just before we went into lockdown actually. So yeah, I'm just going to come and talk to you. Well, you've asked me to talk today a little bit about my job, so hopefully that will be interesting.
So Tiffany, what do you do?
So I'm a police officer and I've been a police officer for 23 years now, which is a long time.
Wow, that is really cool. I bet there are some boys and girls out there who would love to be police officers when they grow up. And we were wondering, what is the coolest thing about being a police officer?
Well, I think there are loads of really cool things. I think one of the things that you think about first is the fact that you wear a uniform and you'll be, we get to drive in our police cars with our flashy lights, which is, is always great fun. I don't do that bit anymore because, Jess, I've been in the police for quite a long time now, and I haven't worn a uniform for quite some time, but I still remember what it's like. But I think the best thing really about doing our job as police officers is the fact that we are there to help people, people that need us, not just people that are in trouble or having a difficult time. We've got lots of parts to our job. Sometimes our job is all about helping people feel safe, and that's really rewarding, just being in our communities, around neighbours, around villages, around towns, and just helping people, just help them feel safe.
Amazing. And you said that you have been coming to St. Matt's for a little while, and maybe you've been watching us online and fun things like that. So that means that you love Jesus. And we were wondering what your favourite Bible story is and why it's your favourite Bible story.
Well, before I answer that question, Jess, I've got a little secret to let you in on. Is that okay?
Oh, I would love that. I love a secret.
So I became a Christian only 3 years ago. So there are going to be some people listening to this who are way younger than me, who have been Christians longer than me. Can you believe that? That's crazy,
cool,
isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's a really good question that you ask about which of the Bible stories I like the most, because I'm still really learning a lot about a lot of the stories, and there are a lot of stories to remember, aren't there?
Yeah.
But actually, if I think about that question, I do remember a story from when I was a child, and I remember learning about Noah and Noah's Ark, and the fact that all the animals were in pairs, and it was all about saving the animals. And I remember being really small and thinking that was such a cool and clever thing to do.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I've just thought about that because where I am now, it is absolutely pouring out with rain, and I feel a little bit like I might be Noah in his ark today. But I loved that story. I remember feeling young and maybe not understanding the whole story, and I think that's okay. But I know that I really enjoyed the story, and it felt really, really special to me at the time. And whenever I think about animals, or I go to a zoo or a wildlife park or anything like that, I'm always reminded of that story and think, wow, you're here because God made that happen.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool.
That is so cool.
And the other bit of the story that I really love is, and particularly around now, is the fact that in that story is a rainbow, and that rainbow is a real symbol of hope. And I think even being young all those years ago, I remember that symbol. And of course now, at the moment, we can see rainbows all over the place, can't we? Because they're really special to us right now. So yeah, that would be my story, I think.
I love that, and you're so right. Lots of the boys and girls, I bet, have rainbows up in their windows at the moment. And the last question we wanted to ask was, so you're a police officer, and I love that you want to help people and help them feel safe. And we were wondering, what does it mean to be a Christian as you are a police officer? What difference does it make to know Jesus doing what you do?
That's a really good question. And I think how it helps me personally is to know that I'm not all by myself. So for a long time, I think I probably felt I was by myself, and that I had to be really big and strong. And I still have to be big and strong a lot of the time. But knowing that I have God and a Christian faith really helps me feel like I'm not on my own, and that I have somebody protecting me and looking out for me. And that's really comforting. And it's also really helpful when I want to help other people, because sometimes I can share some of those stories in a way that helps, people. And if I feel strong and protected, that helps me make other people feel strong and protected.
That's so cool. I love that. We've been looking at how our God is really powerful and strong over the last few weeks. That's a really cool answer. I wonder if you could pray for the boys and girls just as we finish our interview. Would that be okay?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Thank you.
Yeah, that'd be great. I just really pray for you all. I pray if you're going back to school, if you're not going back to school, if you're going to be at home and you're still doing your studies, and I pray that you find the energy and the enthusiasm, and that you just keep going, and just to reiterate and to know that God is with you during this time, whether you're going back to school or not, and He is by your side, and He's going through all of this with you. And so I pray that you feel really strong this week, that you feel really happy and strong, and inquisitive. So asking loads of questions this week, find stuff out this week, because I think there's going to be some really fun information coming your way.
Amen. Thank you so much, Tiffany. What an exciting job you do, and how great that you love Jesus as you do it. Hope you have a really great week, and we look forward to seeing you in church soon, hopefully. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much, Tiffany, for sharing with us what it's like to be a police officer and a friend of Jesus. It's so great to hear your story. We are going to be interviewing one more person next week, so if you have any questions, any at all, that you might want to ask, then do email me at jessica@stmatsexeter.org. I would love to be able to ask your questions. We are going to pray together now, boys and girls. So our prayer activity today, boys and girls, is Hopscotch Prayer. What you're going to do is draw out a hopscotch grid on the floor with chalk, and then write the name of your friends in each one of the squares. And then we're going to play prayer hopscotch together. So why don't you do that, and then I'm going to show you how we play. So the way you play is you grab a stone and you have to throw it onto the name of one of your friends. So mine's landed on Laura. Now as I jump over Laura, I'm going to pray for her. Ready? I pray for Laura that she has a really good week. Amen. And you keep on going till you've prayed for all of your friends. Let's see who I land on next. Oh, HF. I'm going to pray for HF. I pray for HF that she has a really lovely week with her boys. Amen. So boys and girls, have loads of fun with your prayer hopscotch. What fun praying together using that hopscotch prayer. Right, it's time for our memory verse challenge. I wonder if you can remember what it is. We're going to have a little look at our memory verse in just a moment, but for this memory verse challenge, you're going to need a partner. So why don't you go and grab your mum, your dad, your brother or your sister to play along in this memory verse challenge. Ready? Off you go. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Ed, are you ready for your rematch?
Just about. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Our memory verse challenge today is going to involve clapping, but not just clapping like this. No, we're going to do a clapping rhythm game. So,
Gosh.
you're going to start like this. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that's quite easy, isn't it? So to make it a bit trickier, you're going to say the memory verse every time you clap your hands. Okay, so we're going to go like this.
Okay.
I can do everything through him who gives me strength. Ephesians 4:13. Now, your challenge is to have a go at doing it and then get faster and faster and faster. Come on, let's give it a
Let's
go.
give
Ready?
it a go. Come on.
I can do everything through him who... I got it wrong. Ready? Let's try again. I can do everything through him who gives me strength. Ephesians 3:14. I can do everything through him who gives me strength. Ephesians 4:13. I can do everything through him who gives me strength. Right, boys and girls, off you go. Have fun. I hope you had loads of fun with that memory verse challenge. We're going to do a craft together now. We're going to make our own memory verse basketball game. So why don't you go and get these craft materials? For this craft, you're going to need an egg box, 6 lolly sticks, 3 elastic bands, some tin foil, a spoon, some scrap paper, some tape, scissors, and some pens. So the first thing we're going to do is make the goals for our basketball hoops. We're going to use our egg box. If you're old enough, you can do it yourself. If you need to ask your mums and dads for help, cut off the top of your egg box. Are you going to help me, Phoebe?
Yes.
Once you've cut them in half, take take the lid of your egg box and stick it so it stands up behind your box. Now the next thing you might want to do is cut off this little flap here. So again, if you're old enough, you can do it yourself, or if you need your mums and dads to help you, you can cut it out together. Can you help me again? So the next thing we're going to do is take our scrap paper and our pens, and we're going to write out the memory verse to go up on the backboard up here. Once you've got your memory verse all written out, stick it up on the back of your egg box. So your memory verse is now stuck to the back of your goal. It's very important to have it there so you can see, because it's all part of the scoring system. The next thing you're going to do is write the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now don't worry if you only have an egg box with 6 holes, you write up to number 6. So now we've got the numbers 1 to 12 in the bottom of our egg box. They help us work out what our score is going to be later on when we've made our catapult. So pop your egg box to one side. We're going to next make our catapult together. So grab your spoon, your lollipop sticks and your rubber bands. What you need to do is pile up, can you help me with this, Phoebe? 5 of your lollipop sticks. Now take one of your elastic bands and tie it around the end of your 5 lollipop sticks. Nice and tight. You might need to go around it quite a few times. Once you've tightly tied the elastic bands around both ends of your lollipop sticks, you need to take the last lollipop stick and put it in through the bottom gap of your stack. You might need your mums and dads to help you. So it looks like this. Then you're going to take your spoon and your last lollipop stick and you're going to attach it with the last rubber band around the bottom here. So your catapult should now look a little bit like this. Pop it to one side next to your egg box. The last thing we're going to make is our ball. Grab your tin foil, spread it out and rip it into 3 separate sections. Now scrumple up the tin foil to make it into a nice tight ball that is going to fit into the spoon of your catapult. So now you're ready to play your memory verse catapult basketball game. The way that you're going to score is with your numbers in the bottom of your egg box. Whichever number you land in, you then count to which word that is in your memory verse. If you land on a word that's got lots of letters, you score a lot of points. So you want to land on the word Philippians or everything, because they have got a lot of letters in them. Then give yourself the number of points that you have for letters in that word. Should we have a go, Phoebe?
Yeah.
So, ready? Oh, so close. Try again.
I did land on 5.
Ready, go again. Yay!
Land.
So Phoebe landed on the number 7. So let's count on our memory verse. Which word is the 7th word? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who. So you get 3 points because who has 3 letters in. Right, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Shall we see which one I land on? Ready? Yay! So I landed in number 9. Let's count.
Maybe the other one went in the hole.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Me. Now how many letters does me have? 2, which means I get 2 points. So have fun, boys and girls, playing with your memory verse basketball catapult game. I hope that you have fun learning the memory verse and playing together. I've really enjoyed our session today, boys and girls. I've loved hearing from Tiffany about what it's like to be a friend of Jesus and a police officer. I've enjoyed looking at our memory verse challenge. I can do everything through him who gives me strength. Philippians 4:13. I hope that you have a really great week. Enjoy using your new craft and maybe go and play some more Hopscotch Prayers. I look forward to seeing you all really soon.
Okay, so this trick only uses 3 cards. So I've got 2 red jacks and a black king. J for jacks, K for king. What I'm going to do is take the king and place it in between the other 2 cards. When I wave it, the king turns face up. I'll show you that again. So 2 red jacks and the king. Take the king, put it in between the other 2 cards. It's a bit different this time. Watch really closely. The king turns red.
Wasn't that lovely? I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. If you took photos of the things that you made or the activity that you took part in, remember to send them in to us. We'd love to see them. And of course, we will be sharing things on Friday night. When we go live between 7 o'clock and 8:30, there's going to be lots of opportunity to share your photos, share how you're feeling, share your thoughts on what we've been doing and the activities. And I really look forward to joining in with you then. So take care, sleep well, and we'll see you at the end of the week. Bye.